I'm right beside you now." Her eyes snapped open, but the room was empty. A cold sweat beaded on her forehead. The voice came again, not from under the bed, not from beside her, but from within her own head, a thought that wasn't hers. "Look in the mirror." It started with a flicker in my peripheral vision. Just a small, dark shape scurrying away whenever I glanced at the mirror. I blamed it on tired eyes the late nights. But then the shape grew bolder. It would linger for a second longer, a distorted silhouette mimicking my movements, but always a fraction of a second too slow. Last night I stared into the glass, my heart pounding. My reflection stared back, but as I turned to leave, it didn't. It stayed and it smiled. The old banyan tree in our village always had a swing tied to its lowest branch. No one knew who put it there. Every evening as dusk settled, the swing would start moving on its own, slow and steady, like someone invisible was riding it. We kids were warned never to go near it after sunset. One night, my friend Ravi dared me. We crept close, our hearts pounding. The swing swayed, creaking a lonely rhythm. Then it stopped. A child's whisper, carried on the wind, said, "My turn is over. Now it's yours." We ran and never looked back. Last night, I got off the subway at the wrong stop in Brooklyn. The platform was deserted, flickering lights casting long, dancing shadows. I checked my phone. No signal. Suddenly, an old train, one I'd never seen before, screeched to a halt. The doors hissed open. A woman in a vintage dress sat inside, her face hidden by a wide-brimmed hat. She looked up and smiled, but her eyes were just empty sockets. She beckoned me closer. I sprinted up the stairs, never looking back. The old radio in the corner, silent for years, crackled to life last night. It wasn't music or news. It was a voice, a child's whisper, humming a lullaby my grandmother used to sing. I unplugged it, but the humming didn't stop. Now I hear it even in the silence, as if coming from inside my own walls. This morning, I found a small handprint in the dust on the radio's worn surface. I bought this old flip phone at a flea market. Just for fun, you know, it looked ancient. But when I got it home, it turned on. One new message. It was just a photo of my own living room, empty, taken from the corner of the ceiling. I was creeped out, but I told myself it was a weird glitch. Then, my main phone buzzed. A new text from an unknown number. It was the same picture. But this time, I was in it, sitting on the sofa, staring at the old flip phone. It started subtly, a whisper of movement in my peripheral vision, just as I was locking up the office for the night. I dismissed it as my tired mind playing tricks. Then, walking to my car, I felt it again. A presence, a distinct feeling of being watched, of someone walking just a few steps behind me. My heart hammered against my ribs. The urge to turn around, to confront whatever it was overwhelming. But a cold, primal fear kept my eyes locked forward. Don't turn around. The thought wasn't mine, yet it echoed in my head. I finally reached my car, fumbling with the keys. The feeling was so close now, I could almost feel its breath on my neck. As I slammed the door shut and locked it, I glanced in the rearview mirror. Nothing. The street was empty. Then I saw it. A faint handprint, slowly fading from the inside of my back window. Last night, the power cut out again in Karachi. Not unusual, but this time was different. I lit a candle, and its flame cast dancing shadows on my apartment walls. That's when I saw it. A new shadow, tall and thin, that didn't belong to any furniture. It stretched from a corner where nothing stood. I froze, my heart pounding against my ribs, hammering against her ribs. The voice whispered again, closer this time, a dry rustle of sound.